it's a lot safer to speak your mind when you are senior to junior people than it is for junior people to speak their minds to senior people. The first question I have actually is, why is everything so fast-paced and high pressure? And I think that we've got into this way of thinking as business owners or as business leaders that everything has to be done and it all has to be done yesterday and every day is just a race to get things complete. And actually, not everything should be like that. I think we have to slow business down. We have to slow our thinking down, and we have to look at what's making it so busy. So that's the first piece. Yes, there are going to be priorities. Yes, there are going to be deadlines, but not everything has to be urgent and important. And if it is, we have to look at why that is. But given that we work in this high-paced, high-pressure environment, I think that we need to distribute decision making. When all the decision making has to be pushed up the hierarchy, and so that senior people can sign it off, then that's very slow. You need to be able to empower your people with information so that they can make decisions, because they're the ones that know their job best. I think the most important quality that leaders need if they want to create inclusivity is they need to be willing to listen. I think we think we're listening, but we're not. We're not really going and standing in the shoes of other people in our businesses and the kinds of people we would like to have in our businesses, but for some reason, they're not coming to work for us. So the listening is more than just understanding. The listening is about really putting yourself in their shoes and actually looking at the world through a different lens. When we do that, I talk about going and standing on someone else's mountain. So you're standing on a mountain and you see the world your way. When you go and stand on someone else's mountain, you see it from a different angle. And then all of a sudden you can start to see the barriers and the unintentional things that you're doing that's making it difficult for those people either to work for you in the first place or actually to bring their uniqueness to the job that you've brought them in to do. So go and stand on other people's mountains, really, really listen and start to see the world through their lens. And then together, you can come up with solutions for making the organization more inclusive to them and a whole variety of other people. Well, I do talk a lot about listening, and I think that's the first element of creating a safe space. And it sounds really cliched. It sounds like surely she's got something more cutting edge than that. But I don't see a lot of real listening going on. What I see is an environment where people they feel it's unsafe to share what they really think. So they say what feels safe, which might be a little flavor of how they're really feeling, but isn't the whole picture, because the whole picture will be very uncomfortable to senior people and to therefore the people that are making decisions about that person's future. So no one wants to shake things up in that way. But listening is where it starts. And the other element is to be aware of something called the power gradient, which is that it's a lot safer to speak your mind when you are senior to junior people than it is for junior people to speak their minds to senior people, because there's just more at stake for those junior people. So you might say you're senior, you might say my door is always open, come to me, tell me what you really think. But that's easy for you to say. You've got nothing to lose in a sense. They have a huge amount to lose. So you have to demonstrate by your actions that you are willing to hear the very uncomfortable things and not try to brush them away or present a counter argument, that you are willing to really hear what they're telling you and what's hard and sit with the discomfort that it may well be you that's making it hard for them. I hope that audiences feel a sense of confidence in a way when they've been to my speeches. What I'm talking about, it's revolutionary in the sense that so many business leaders aren't doing it, but actually it's pretty simple. It's about being a more enlightened person. Anything that those audience members can do that enhances their empathy, that enhances their self-awareness, their ability to connect and communicate with other people, to bring out the best in other people. That's leadership. And I think that we overcomplicate leadership. We try to turn it into a science. It's not a science. It's about authentic human connection with yourself and with other people. And so if people leave one of my speeches feeling a bit reassured that actually all they need to do really is work on themselves as a person, and that will help them be a more impactful leader, then I'm delighted by that. If, practically speaking, they listen a little harder, listen with a willingness to change their mind, if they look at the limits they're putting on their willingness to trust people and just loosen the reins a bit, and if they create an environment where they can bug fix solutions rather than needing solutions to be right first time, then that's the icing on the cake.